Hello everyone, welcome back. Excuse me. This is my Persian ironwood. I bought it again just in the garden centre as a big tall tree. I did a big chop on it then in there. You can see there where it's had its chop, and it's kind of tilted, grown now, and this branch has taken off as the leader, and it's kind of healing up now. That it's a bit of a big nasty cut, but hopefully it'll eventually, I mean it's already pretty healing over pretty well, but it's quite, from this angle it's quite big, but from the front it's kind of not too bad because you can barely see it. It's actually kind of more around the side. One thing I am quite surprised with this is I repotted this at the start of the year in March, and I chopped back the roots right back. And if we just bring the camera down there, you can see the amount of root on it. It's lifting out of the pot, so it's definitely filled this pot completely with roots, and like that it's lifted out, as you can see. So it'll need repotting again next year, or next spring. So they do grow roots pretty quick. I'll have to be a bit more. Well, I did take quite a lot of root off it. I just left a small circle of root in there, fine roots, and yeah, it likes to grow roots all right. So I'm just gonna defoliate it. It struggled a bit during the year, during the hotter months. Not that we get really hot here, but it seemed to struggle a bit. So I put it more in the shade so it wasn't getting full sun all the time, and it seemed to do a lot better. So that's where I'll probably keep it now. Now it might have just been sulking at the start of the year after its repot. And that's why it was taking its time to really grow, but eventually did. And again, it's just a work in progress, this one, from the nursery stock. So just again another one of these trees I spotted down there, hadn't seen one before. So I just bought, I think it was the only one they had, and again just did a big chop on it, put it in the pot as a stick in the pot, and slowly but surely we turn it into a bit of a tree. Now we'll just get rid of all these leaves off it. You can see they're soaking where it's been raining again. One thing of this country, you never short of rain in the winter. So just any that are kind of a little bit stuck, I'll just cut them off. I don't want to pull off any buds or anything. If they're not just falling off. Most of them are just falling off, Got some nice colours, got some reds and that up here. One of my last trees to have leaves on. All my deciduous now have more or less lost all the leaves. This one seemed to take its time at the start, but then it lasted longer than any of the others. Little slug there found his way up onto the branch. So you can see now that big scar there. Ideally we could do with taking off. Well, I left a couple of branches here to help heal it, but the problem is now we've kind of got two on the same there. Now they are at the back, this has been the front, so you can't really see it. The problem is if I get rid of that one, then you can end up with quite a bit of a gap at the back. And then if I get rid of this one, there's nothing on the trunk all the way up, right up to here. And this kind of Winston leaf helps to hide this, so we'll have to leave it for another while and see. Maybe one day I will have to do a drastic cut on it, but for now we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm nearly there now. Just a little after up here. See, most of them are just falling off. I just touch them. But these more fresher ones are a bit stuck. Okay, so that's all the leaves off. So we can have a look at the branching. Can't believe how much it's lifting out the pot. Okay, so branching, let's have a look. We'll start with our big one down here at the bottom. So I've got this bit here which is kind of looking a bit iffy, sticking up here. So I'm going to take all this off, I think, over here, like that. Just reduce that one back. We'll just take the tips off them, like that. I've got one here on the top right at the joint, so we'll get rid of that one. Up there, we'll take this one down to an outward facing bud, same with that one. This little one in here seems okay. Another one going up there, we'll get rid of that. Okay, I'll bring the camera a little bit closer now so we can get a bit more of a close up of it. Okay, come round to the back of this branch. Okay, we'll reduce that one and that one back. Let's take the tips off that one. Take off this one that's shooting up. There, okay, you've got this one kind of coming backwards, so let's get rid of that one. Store in there we can take out. Okay, so that one looks pretty much okay. I think that bit, we'll just have to put a bit of cut paste on that one. Do that at the end. Okay, so we'll move around to this branch. Let's get rid of them dead stubs there. Again, we'll reduce it back. Let's take that bit off, reduce these back. This one I'll take to this outward facing bud there. Dead stub on the inside, get rid of that one, and on that one I'll take that one back to there. Dead stub under there we can get rid of. That's about it for that branch. Now this one, like I said, it does kind of, it comes out straight out the front and then splits and goes either side. But I think like that I have to kind of keep it. When it's in foliage, it looks okay, obviously. Let's just reduce this one back anyway, because that one's a bit in my way. So It's how long do we want this to be? We do want it kind of out here, don't want it kind of too conical shaped. So I'm just going to take it back to here for now. We will reduce these longer ones back. Just do outward facing buds again. Dead stop there. We've got two here, one on top of the other. We can get rid of one of them. I'll take off the top one. At the back here we got a bit of a dead stub there. One there, we can get rid of that. And now same on this side, we still want a bit of length out here, but not this much. So we go to there, to this outward facing bud. When these branches take off, we can reduce it back again. But just for now, for this pruning, that looks kind of okay. This one's done. Let's move around to this one now. And this is where it gets, ideally, I'd like to get rid of that one, but with nothing here. So I'll have to say, you can see how, because of the cut on the back, on the side, how big that wide that has got. But like I said, from the front you don't really see it. It actually tapers quite nicely, but it looks of it from the front. Okay, we do want to reduce this a bit. It is starting to get a little bit too much, too thick. So let's have a look at reducing it. We can take this one off, or this one. Thinking maybe we might end up taking them both. Let's take that one off there and take this one off here. I will leave this one, and then this one at the back, we'll just reduce it to there. Dead leaf. Stop in there and snip off. Okay, back branch. You can come back further with that one. Take that one to there. That one there. Rid of that one that's going straight up there, and that one under there. Okay, so that one looks not too bad. Moving up along this one. Maybe I'll take this one back to here. Let them two grow. Next one is this one back here. I'll just take that bit off. Not a lot really to do with that one either. Let's try and get that little stuff out there if we can. Maybe I'll just reduce the top of that one. Okay, so now we'll come up to this one. Again, she's getting quite heavy, so we might have to reduce that one a fair bit. I'm thinking we might have to take it right back to here, like that. Just leaving this one. Opposites here. It might be best to leave this one and not that one. We'll let them grow, and then if this one does make it, we'll take off this one at the back. And now going up into the tree. This is thickened up quite well this year. It was very thin last year. It was basically like probably like this size growing up. I did wire it up, got it started, and then it started. You can just see the remnants of the scars from it. They're healing up. Okay, so up into the apex, we've got a kind of bit of a zigzaggy going on here. I'm thinking, is it starting to get a little tall now? If I was to cut it here, will it send out branches? It probably will somewhere to fill out the front. I think it has to come down a bit. It's getting a bit tall. Let's look at this branch. I think this one definitely has to come back a bit. It's too long. Maybe we'll take it back to this one. So it's inward facing, so we get a branch going that way. I'm thinking here, it's a pity that branch wasn't on this side. Being at the back will mean we'll end up with a scar at the front here. If I cut it straight here, maybe we'll get something pop on this side. This itself would make a nice little tree. There's a nice bit of movement in it, and make a nice little tree there. But yeah, what to do? I think that top has got to go. It's definitely a bit too awkward looking. We cut it here, leave a bit of room for dieback, and hope something pops up around here somewhere for the front. Okay, we might put that in a little pot just to see if it will survive. I don't know if it will or not. Put it in the shed. Okay, so just give this top a little bit of a cleaning off. And some of these branches we can maybe fill in. We'll see. Hopefully we get something popping there. Okay, so we can put some sealant on them. And this will be added to the long list of repotting we're going to do in the spring. Okay, so one thing I will do just to get rid of this bit of moss that's on the bottom of the trunk here, so it doesn't stay too wet over the winter, start rotting away at the bark. Trying to see where the wire is. I can't see on this side, I can see it there. Just debating whether I should loosen that wire, because the fact that it's lifting out the pot will end up damaging this root. It's already biting in a bit. I think there's no fear of it falling out the pot now. This pot has a lip as well, which is obviously filled under. So we'll take that out, that wire. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it, probably not. It's biting in there. I'll just snip it here for now. You don't have your wire in your trees. Once you know that the pot is full of root and it's well established, then sometimes it's good to get rid of the wire, because it will can strangle your roots, especially if they grow as quick as this one's. Just release it there. Yeah, it's solid in that pot now. And that again was biting in because the tree's trying to lift, but the wire is stopping it lifting, so it's bitten right in. We've got quite a mound of soil on the top here. I could try and get the wire out at the bottom, but I'm going to be repotting it anyway. I'll just leave it for now. Okay, it's got some nice colours on the bark, some greys and kind of blues. So that's another one done. Like I said, I might just stick this in a little pot and I'll put it in the shed under the grow lights. Just see if it comes up next year. Could be an interesting little twisty trunk. If you get rid of this one, just keep that. But anyway, we'll see. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. I think next year now it should start to grow again. Only that I've got to repot it, so it may sulk again for a while, but it's definitely growing a lot better than it was when I first chopped it. It took a little while to start throwing out branches, but they're definitely thickening up now. So it's starting to take shape. Has a kind of nice little root spread. Has a bit of movement. The camera kind of doesn't pick it up as much, but there is a nice little bit of movement there, just a subtle bit. Okay, so we'll leave it at that, and as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.